Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to episode 43 of Psycho's Platters. I hope everybody had themselves a great week of crate digging and Thanksgiving, of course. I hope everybody had some reason to be thankful, whether it be friends, family, being alive, all that other good stuff. And on a lesser note, that maybe you're thankful that you find some really good vinyl finds over the course of the year. This powered by, well, okay, I wish Waffle House would sponsor me. Maybe someday, right? Wink. I don't know. Alright. Let's see here. I went a couple weeks without finding anything, kind of, sort of. Not exactly because I wasn't trying, but because there just wasn't anything out there. It was one of those quiet couple weeks, I guess. And then I happened to show up at Salvation Army, and lo and behold, somebody dumped a bunch in the middle of an afternoon on a Saturday, and I'm going, okay, some of this stuff might be pedestrian, but guess what? It was either better copies or it was things I didn't have in the first place. And some oddballs too. I'll show you. I'm just going straight out from the stack here. Pardon for the glare. Sorry. But from the Motels, we've got All for One. That's actually a really good album. I always liked her voice, Martha Davis. Always really keen in the early 80s. Let's see here. Here's one that I thought was really, really goofy. Out of California, in fact. It's from 1984 out of Chico, California. The Greg Scott Band. Never heard of these guys. But of course, look at the bad outfits. I mean, it's just, totally smacks of 80s. And, it was signed too. What the heck? Spandau Ballet. You never find too much Spandau Ballet. Parade the album on this one from Chrysalis, of course. Oh no, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Daryl Hall, John Oates, H2O. They look so serious and intense, don't they? I think between now and the next episode, I'm going to have to find a place with better lighting. This is driving me nuts. You'll just have to forgive me, okay? I'm half asleep as well. This album here, it smacks of 80s, but I kind of like the way the combination worked at the time frame on this one. Let's see here, for Musical Jeopardy, what do you get? What do you get when you get two members of Duran Duran, a member of Chic, and Robert Palmer, you say? Power Station. 33 1/3. I like this album, okay? And of course, it's also produced by Bernard Edwards, another member of Chic. You have your typical stuff on here, though, that was really good. Some Like It Hot. I always liked that one. They put out a 12-inch club mix. Capitol did a long time back, which actually almost doubles the length of the song. Of course, Bang a Gong, Get It On, different version of that. I'm not a real big fan of that one, but Some Like It Hot, I like that one. That one's a good one too. This one here was the only savable 60s album that I found. Oh man, the things I found in the other box made me cry. I mean, in most of this I didn't have, and I went to go look, and if it wasn't stamped on by an elephant, some bastard went off and dug into the vinyl grooves of some of these albums. It had to have been with a pin, and wrote in the track, between the tracks, "Hi." I'm like, really? You stupid person. Seriously, I'd smack him. I'd go back in time and smack him just for that alone. So the only one that wasn't so destroyed, the only one that was salvageable on Scepter, Cheryl's Greatest Hits. Seriously, it was the only one that I found out of it. And like I said, it needs some major cleaning. on the Scepter label. Just, you know, it's one of those copies that it's just like, okay, you know, you really can't sell it. It'd be like a personal copy. That's what I got. Here's some stuff that I've never seen before. Sorry, Nils Lofgren's Cry Tough. Of course, Nils Lofgren would end up being in Grin. He would work as a session person, including with Ringo Starr and a few others, and would end up in Bruce Springsteen's band as well. I'm trying to see here on this particular one. This one, by the way, coming out in 1976, 78, I cannot tell. I am sorry. But a lot of the people that are on here, of course, Jim Gordon, you know, typical Derek and the Domino type stuff there. Emo Richards, okay. Al Cooper, everybody knows who Al Cooper is. P.P. Arnold. P.P. Arnold was a 60s singer out of England. A lot of backing bands ended up touring for P.P. Arnold. Buddy Miles from Electric Flag and Jimi Hendrix. Ainsley Dunbar, of course. Ainsley's been everywhere. Journey, Jefferson Starship, Whitesnake, a whole slew. Ralph Molina and Billy Talbot from Crazy Horse are on here too. Anything else out of here? Warnell Jones. I want to say Warnell Jones from P-Funk. I could be wrong on this one. And I'm half awake, guys. But a lot of different people on this album alone. So really, I'm going to be curious to listen to this sucker here. It also says Paul Stallworth from Dark Horse Records, which is George Harrison's record company too. Buddy Caldwell. I know Buddy Caldwell is one of my Facebook friends. Finally get a solo album from him. Never seen this one on the Clouds record label from 1978. Trying to see here anybody that we would all know, and I'm not seeing anybody off the top of my head here. But this ought to be kind of half interesting as well. Can't wait to listen to that. Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair. Classical stuff there from them. This one was kind of a thrown in for the loop. I don't find too many Folkway records. Dulcimer songs and solos sung and played by Paul Clayton on the Southern Mountain Dulcimer Folkways records. Really interesting on this one here. Let's see if I can... Oh, wait a minute. What else is in here? Oh, wow. I didn't even know this was in here. This is a... I don't know what you want to call this. It's part biography mixed with a brief note on the dulcimer and methods of playing it. This is an instructional booklet. And literally, and lyrics, it says 1962. So pretty cool. And this thing was like in near mint condition for people that are into folk and stuff like that. I grabbed it. Now here's one for you. This one, still sealed. Never saw this before in my whole life. Jilson. I know you can't tell. Sorry for the glare. But typical mid-80s attempted hair metal. It says here, the best thing I can come up with, it says Burn Records. Recorded in Vegas in 85, 86. And it was two people in the band here. Don Gilson and Scott Evans. I went to Google, and the funny part about it is that Gilson made an album. This isn't it. This is an EP. This is a 4-track sucker. But Don Gilson attempted to, well, you know, with his band, and that didn't quite work. He ended up joining Britney Fox in the late 80s, early 90s under the name Tommy Paris. So I thought that was kind of interesting in its own self. let's see here. And then lastly, I found a pair of Mickey Thomas solo albums. As Long As You Love Me, off of MCA, from 77. This one here, it says here, I would like to thank the following special people for playing on my album. Okay, Elvin Bishop, Steve Cropper, and Duck Dunn, of course, from Booker T and the MGs. Big Jim Horn, all Booker's on here too. Okay, so you got 3/4 of them. David Page and Jeff Porcaro from Toto, and Wayne Perkins. So I think that's pretty cool. And then, of course, the old school Rainbow MCA label, Stone Cold Mint. And then I didn't even, of course, right after that, he ended up in Starship, in Jefferson Starship. But I didn't know that he did a solo album for Elektra in '81 called Alive and Alone. This one here produced by Bill Seismic, who produced for the Eagles and the Who and a bunch of other people as well. This one, of course, like I said, on the Elektra label. Let's see who's on this sucker. I'm curious. Look, he looks so pensive on this. Oh, okay. You got Joe Vitale, who's worked with Joe Walsh. Of course, Don Felder from the Eagles. Steve Porcaro from Toto. Donnie Baldwin from Elvin Bishop and Jefferson Starship. Marty Greb, who was in the Buckinghams and Chicago. Craig Chiquito, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, of course, from Starship too. He's got a lot of people on here. Good stuff. Can't wait to listen to this, actually. See how this sounds out as well. So those are the vinyl I picked up. Like I said, nothing too fancy, but after having a dry spell for a couple of weeks and finding at least some decent 70s and 80s, VG to near mint vinyl worked out well for me. Did pick up, picked up an oddball book. Didn't know that Richard Pryor wrote a book called Pryor Convictions. This could be quite an interesting read. And the current read that I'm reading right now that I picked up for 75 cents at the same Salvation, AC/DC, Two Sides to Every Glory from 2005, written by Paul Stenning. Really good read, actually. I was really surprised. I'm already halfway through that already. And then to find this also for 75 cents, AC/DC's Fly on the Wall VHS from 1985, 6 songs, done in a very strange format. If you've got AC/DC's Family Jewels DVD, I think it shows all or most of this, but still, just to find it was pretty good in itself. So the vinyl floodgates have opened around here. Unfortunately, I wasn't feeling too well. Some of my friends managed to score a decent find out of 245 records down in Northwest Arkansas here, and of course, I know that over in Syracuse, Ronnie and Mike and the Commander and everybody, I heard you guys got a slew over the last couple of weeks, and that's cool because we all love when you come up with new material to play on the show as well. One last thing I'm going to bring up here, and then I'm going to close the show a little early this time, I think. Coming soon in spring 2014, a new show called Knights of the Round Turn Table. It is going to be a filmed and hopefully podcast. I got to figure out how we're going to do all this. It might be every other week on this one. It's going to be a discussion show amongst some of the experts down here in Northwest Arkansas, along with maybe hopefully special guests and audience people too, because we are going to shoot this live throughout Northwest Arkansas. So, like I said, it's in the development stages right now. Have some ideas brewing, but I think it could be at least a little bit enlightening and educational. So, I hope everybody out there has themselves a great holiday season. I am not entirely sure if I will make one more video between now and Christmas. We'll see, so that's why I'm putting all this out now. Hey, you know what? Here's one for you. Why don't you go off and put in the comment box below, what's your favorite Christmas tune? I mean, we're talking like all genres here, okay? I'll tell you, though, that for me anyway, let's see, my favorite rock Christmas tunes, probably Father Christmas from the Kinks. I like that one. That one's kind of silly and raunchy at the same time, a little bit in its own punky kink way. I also like Run Rudolph Run. I like both versions. I like Keith Richards and Foghat. They both did real good on that one too. If we want to go more old school, we probably would go with, I do like Elvis's Blue Christmas. I'll have a blue Christmas. Hey Red, go pass me some more eggnog. Some of you people like my bad Elvis. I don't know why. But if it's not that, let's see if I can do this morning. It's too early. I like Bing Crosby's White Christmas. Who doesn't like Bing Crosby's White Christmas? Bum 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 bum. Say there, everybody. It's the bingo. Bum 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 bum. Everybody into their Yuletide spirits. Boom, 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 boom. Let me get myself a glass of orange juice, and then after that, I'm going to beat my children. I'm kidding. I have no clue. I hope he really wasn't like that, but I heard stories. I also heard he really was an eggnog addict. Don't say too much. I like the nog, too. All right, guys. Until next episode, take care, God bless, do good on the crate digging, spend time with your loved ones this holiday season, and spin some wax, kids, because that is what this show is all about. And I love you people out there, I do. I got 82 subscribers, we're getting there. Ooh, only took over a year. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies about this lovely little piece of Whoville that we have going here. At least every other week we try, okay? Quick shout-outs, Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark, we love ya. Night Owl Lounge with Mike Adams, love ya. Record Collector Magazine, love ya. Shindig Magazine, love ya. Let's see what else. Ultimate Classic Rock .com, love you guys too. Metal Wreckage, I'll be bringing up something next episode that I got from those guys. Really great. If you're not on Facebook for Metal Wreckage, go subscribe, because you're missing out. You really, really are if you don't. Okay, so what else? Night Owl Radio Show. Doug Fields' new thing as well. He's working on it, kids. He's working on it. That's what he told me. So, oh, and one last thing. I want to give a shout out to somebody that, you know what, I have a lot of people that support me, but I got to tell you, this one here is on a regular basis. Trish Mullins, yeah, I'm calling you out. You know, you really are nice, and you always have something nice to say. Not saying that the rest of you guys don't, but, you know, I try to shout out to people that do actually do real well, and I hope that your DJing ventures are working out really well where you live, ma'am. I salute you, and I salute everybody else, too. Till next time, have yourself a, I don't know, rock on some Christmas records, and don't get too OD'd on the nog. Bye-bye, guys. Oh, oh, oh.